Oh, it's crooked.
Incredibly inappropriate comment.
Wait, did I see it go live? Has it gone live?
It is definitely live.
I hope not. I'm still eating dinner.
Well, according to my phone, we're live.
Yeah, we're live.
Like 15 seconds.
Never
Um,
mind.
we are live. Are we live? Yeah, we got yours. Good evening and welcome to tonight's stream.
I really hope no one saw me eating.
Why? What's wrong with seeing you eat?
No.
We could make more money that way.
Oh.
See, we're geniuses. Where's the stream gone? I've lost the stream. Here we are. Yeah, Justin says we're live, so I believe we're live. Yeah, we're no longer wrecking.
We're not doing
I
this?
still need to inform people about that. Yes. I'm still getting phone calls. But no, I don't wreck anymore. I look at myself. No, I'm not wrecking.
Oh.
Wrecking.
Me either.
Apparently not.
Just selling my car.
Yeah, does anyone want a LS
Not a Subaru.
Corolla? It's reliable as. But yeah, with all the years of experience in wrecking, we are giving away some experience and stuff. Rohan's pretty much here to show you that
Knowledge. We're not giving away experience. You go break your own stuff.
knowledge.
Break your own stuff in your own time.
Rohan's here pretty much to prove that you kind of can learn, no
Where is
matter
he?
how special you are.
I can't see him.
Hey.
Yeah, we do it at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays.
We'll give him
Live
a minute to
Facebook,
compose
Twitch,
himself.
Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Are we on YouTube tonight?
We should be.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. All the cool places. Tonight, good evening, Chloe.
Hello.
Probably should have popped the live up as well.
Should probably put show notes up, hey.
Thing. No, it should be all right.
Do we have show notes?
Oh, yes.
I
Yes,
was going to say, what were you working on before then?
Yes, I do. I have show notes. I'm prepared.
I'm
But
not.
it's not really prepared, but it's somewhat prepared. Today we're talking about ECUs. So wait, why is Rohan in here and not Spaghetti?
I
That
don't
is
know.
a
Go
good
get it. Go get
Someone
it.
can get him. Okay, I'll go get him.
Does Spaghetti want to be on it?
I don't know.
Because I feel like he'd probably have a little bit of knowledge of ECUs. Well, look, he does want to. He doesn't want to, but he does want to. You got to keep the language down, though. I'm just throwing you under the bus. Cito decided we're talking about ECUs, and I thought if we're going to talk about ECUs, we may as well get someone who kind of knows ECUs. Then.
What am I talking about?
We don't know yet.
Well, you guys get to sit on each other's laps.
Please don't.
That's not my lap. Social distance.
No, you're still there, Rohan. Because it's Spaghetti-O / Rohan.
Oh, no.
So hop on your knees.
What?
Guys, out of the gutter.
Off of my knees, what?
I don't know where this is going.
I don't want to know.
No, I
I
don't.
don't want to know.
No, I don't. Okay, so ECUs. Wait, where are we? Sam Nelson.
Oh, Jesus, I look like Hitler.
Hey, I know Sam.
Not too much facial hair for that.
And what did Josh say? I'm going to come look you into the eye. Why is he going to come look me in the eye?
Oh, no.
I haven't seen him long enough. Last time I saw him, he was had a bit of a limp.
Yeah.
Like, is the leg healing up better or no? I don't know. Well, let's start with the basics of the ECU. Where do you find it?
In the car.
What car?
Okay, Subaru.
There's like 3 different places.
The most common
Most
place.
commonly.
Passenger side kit.
Well,
I don't know if I have a photo of that.
probably not.
I'm talking about real ECUs, not these junky stock things.
Wait, where else do you find your Subarus? Well, besides the RS.
Yeah, they're normally found in the kick like kick panel on the passenger side.
I thought that was it.
I have
Yeah,
lost all
we
my
got 2
photos.
places.
I found it. Prepared. No, I don't have any photos of it in the kick panel.
Can I finish dinner?
Oh, so
Does anyone care if I finish dinner?
Josh's leg is getting better. Yeah, so normally you find them in the kick panel and the RF Liberties. They're underneath the driver's panel.
Yeah, drivers.
So underneath the dash, underneath the steering column and that.
Oh, you found those again.
Where else are they, Nathaniel?
That's it.
Wait, that's it for Subarus.
Yeah.
Other cars put them in the engine bay and all that random crud. But we don't worry about it.
Not our problem.
No,
Some cars you can get
What about
the Lavorg. I don't know.
I don't know.
Who touches Lavorgs?
me?
people of class and special.
And
Josh
without
is asking,
manual
can I
licenses,
come over now?
no.
Or too many people?
Too many people.
I feel like there's too many people.
Oh, actually, if he stays outside.
But yeah, if you stay outside, you're right to come down, Josh. Maybe just not inside until other
Less
people leave.
Yeah.
Just because we're trying to make it as safe as possible.
Yeah, old RX turbos were under the rear parcel tray. I knew it was a third place.
Wait, RX turbo.
So that'd be the Leon.
Yeah.
Like the Leon,
Yeah,
the
that's right.
whole series.
So have we got any other proper
Oh.
ECU questions?
I think I made a boo-boo. Okay, yeah.
Okay, look. Well, we'll get you answered quickly. Like, ask questions that you can answer real quick, and then you can go do whatever you want. Okay, the thing that I want to know, and most people will probably ask, the advantage of an aftermarket ECU over a stock ECU that's tunable. Like, obviously, we've talked about this extensively, but, you know.
It really does depend on the application.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait. Mic two in front of you. Push the keyboard back and put it in front of me.
Okay. Okay. So, stock versus aftermarket.
Yeah.
Personally, tunability.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with the stock ECU. Yes. But when you hear about the 400 kilowatt mark, it can be quite painful unless you're using something like a COB access port. Yeah, you got speed density. You can do all that sort of stuff. I just find it's just too much of a meaningless waste of time. That's my personal opinion. Yes, I do flash tune ECUs.
Wait.
Can I jump in there for a sec? Because you mentioned flash tuning. One thing people complain about is the price difference between a flash tune and your normal aftermarket Haltech kind of tune. Can you explain why? Like, again, I know why, but can you explain to the people that
What do you mean? That is it more expensive for a flash tune, or
why people tend to pay more for a flash than a normal?
because a flash
Haltech
tune, instead of being able to live tune it like you can on a Haltech or a Link or a Motec, you physically have to run the car. Then you have to pull the file. You have to modify the file after seeing all the logs, and then you have to re-upload it, and then you have to try and do another run. And if it's not right, this continues on, and each time it's about 10-15 minutes between each flash to even get near like the sort of right numbers you're going for.
As opposed to an aftermarket ECU, how does that work?
On an
Like,
aftermarket ECU, you got your logging set up, you go to do your run, and you can literally see in real time what it's doing, pull out, stop, change, do another run within 5 seconds.
Which is why you pay more.
Correct. You can tune up a car a lot better and quicker on an aftermarket ECU versus a standard one, as well as you don't have the limitations of the older hardware. You've got way better safeties. You've got safeties based on oil pressure, lambda, water pressure, absolutely anything you want. Yeah, standard knock control is hard to come past, but stuff like Motec, Amtron, and stuff like that is just utterly next level down to per cylinder and per revolution.
Yes.
Well, okay. Well, while we're on that, because you just mentioned some brands, what are the brands that most people use?
Lincoln Haltech.
Okay. And what do you recommend or prefer personally?
I can't really be biased. But
Okay.
my preferred brand is obviously Motec, but I do use a lot of Haltech and Link.
Cool.
The issue with the Motec is the price has come down yet or no?
It really depends on what you're doing with it. If you look at an M130 with your basic GPR package or a GPA, you can, with a GPA package, it's not actually that far off an Elite 2500, and you do have more I/O.
Okay. Wait. So I have no hands-on experience with any Motecs whatsoever, but I heard back in the day you used to have to buy the Motec, then have to buy all the add-ons
Package on it, stuff
individually.
like that.
Is it still the same now? Because I heard that it changed so that you just buy the one thing and you get everything.
Yeah, it depends on your level. So it depends on your level of logging, depends on your if you want race functions, stuff like that. There is packages. You got your GPA, you got your GPR, which is GPA is like your basic. GPR again is more race based with flappy paddles and nitrous and all that cool stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still has sort of a package deal to it.
Fair enough.
Not like the older M800 series M64s where you had to like buy variable cam and then you had to buy all the stuff.
Yep. Would you say that it's true that you typically get better results, power figures, I guess?
You do.
You get better numbers out of an aftermarket ECU because you
Just
can
the-
make more changes in the time.
It's
allowed
more
for
the finer tuning that you
Yep.
can do. It's not just you got all these different tables that you modify. You've got all these. You can tune on a way higher resolution, and the process is a lot faster.
Cool. Any other questions?
I want to know what your view on this type of ECU is.
I don't know where we're going with this.
Isn't it?
Are you a fan?
They have their place.
Okay, wait, okay.
From what
So-
year model?
Oh, wait. So just to explain to the people at home, this is very, 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 very old. This was like, did you have to tune these in DOS? Like a
Or
DOS
with the
based?
hand controller as well.
Yeah, they had a hand controller.
Just to give you an idea, so pre-Windows kind of era, well, maybe very early Windows kind of era. Stop flashing your Windows at us. What was I going to say? I've forgotten. Oh, okay. No, sorry. Preference, though, this or a stock ECU?
Give me a stock ECU.
Fair enough.
Well, they that bad.
Last time I tuned one was actually Christian's RS.
Yeah.
And
Wait, was it this one?
it's going back far out.
It might have been,
I
actually.
can't remember who bought this.
It's going back like 4 or 5
Actually,
years
I think
ago.
it was long before that.
Yeah, his was the plug and play.
Yeah, not that one then.
Yeah.
Well, again, whilst Nathaniel's here, what's your views on, say, these things?
They have a place, especially in diesel and newer cars. But again, it's more of an interceptor.
Because, like, with GC8s and that, this was a very common thing we saw.
It was because they intercept the signals from like the MAF and all that, and you can make it do things that the car wouldn't be able to do on the stock ECU.
But correct me if I'm wrong then, couldn't that whack out the safety?
It can.
Like, because it's then misreporting the values to the ECU
Correct.
to make it run a certain way. Okay, wait. So for those people at home, this, like Nathaniel said, is like an interceptor. We refer to them as a piggyback ECU. So they run in conjunction with the stock ECU. But what he was just saying is the way that they work is that they literally, like, you cut the wire and wire that in instead to each end of the cut wire and change the signal going from the sensor to the ECU or the injector to the ECU, or I think that's it. It's just
Yeah,
sensors
wasn't
and
it?
injectors.
Yeah, doesn't the ECU say, like, put this much fuel in, and then the interceptor goes, add this much extra fuel?
That's right. Because
Yeah,
remember,
correct.
what was it, 5 years ago when I put in an interceptor in your car?
You're in trouble. Jason
Yeah.
has jumped on and said, "So, Michelle wants a motor now."
Tell Michelle to call the shop.
Yeah. They
Or I
just
can do a link package for you, whichever.
Yeah.
And give you all the pops and bangs and all that cool crap for your rally car.
Yeah, so the uni chips aren't that bad.
They work. They have a place. Diesels, they're great.
The one thing I really want to know, because it's something that from me and Nathan working in the wrecking yard happens so much, like we came across, would you prefer like someone with a uni chip or something like that compared to
Oh, what, the old flash tune ECUs where you used to do the
where they
ROMs?
used to chip the factory
Yeah,
ECU?
ROM tuning's old school.
Because you get people that try to tell you that the GC8 ECUs were tunable. But
They
as
are
far
to a
as,
point.
yeah, but you need, like, if you want to tune it, you need to chip it. Is that right? Or
Correct.
Are they adaptable?
Wait, Ben, you got to call me back first.
The original.
Are you really trying to get in contact with him at the moment?
yeah, the factory, the difference I feel with the earlier GC8s, like the ECUs weren't more, like John just mentioned.
Like, you could do an exhaust and headers and stuff
Yeah.
on the original stock.
They had a lot of lenience.
And it would
Yeah.
sort itself out off its own readings and be like, okay, so I need to change fueling and stuff.
But you couldn't just go add 20 pound of boost into it and
No, I'm not
it'd be all
talking like
sweet.
that. I just mean like you could do like
May or
full
may not have done that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure we did that,
I'm
didn't
pretty
we?
sure we did that. And we did it on the dyno too.
I'm sure you could add some PSI to it.
I'm
or
pretty sure
sort of figure it out.
Yeah, you could. I'm pretty sure before I started working at 3P and knew about Subarus, I did some dodgy vacuum work on my GCA, and I ended up with 19 pound of boost without a boost tee.
Sounds reasonable.
It may or may not have been voiding the map sensor, but it still worked. I don't advise it, but
That works. Old school 90s stuff, bro.
yeah. Well, it was one of my old bosses who was like, okay, if we route it this kind of way, you'll see more boost. I did it. I saw more boost.
You were happy?
I was happy. The only other one I have to question, whilst Nathan's here, is because you were talking about where'd it go?
Oh, please don't.
I don't have it. I didn't save it.
Good. They don't need to be seen.
The Pepsi.
Oh, Power of C's are great.
What were
Yeah.
you going to say?
I was
Because-
hoping it wasn't a microtech.
Power FC.
Power of C's are great. I still tune them a lot to this day.
Wait. I can't remember if we talked about. I think I might have been talking to Paul about it. Is it true they have a weird resolution table? There's 20 by 20 or something?
It's an interesting setup, yeah.
Okay.
But they are genuinely a great ECU to tune. Like,
Oh, yeah.
They're getting a bit old in the tooth now, but again, I plug them into a laptop, I log it, and I live tune it.
Yeah.
That hand controller is only,
Like minor adjustments. Well, monitor.
Yeah, you can literally monitor. I can tune a whole car with a hand controller.
But it's a pain.
Yeah, it's just not worth my time.
Hmm.
There's a
Kinda-
few big horsepower GDRs still running Power FCs.
So this here.
Again, it's another chipped ECU.
But
You can
with
see by
these,
the ROM at the back.
were you able to tune these?
What you'd had to do is you had a chip reader, and you take the chip out, you flash a map onto the chip, make adjustments, put the chip into a run, pull the chip back out.
When you
Yeah.
say chip, are you talking about
Basically,
this
that-
here?
That white chip there, yeah.
It says void if removed.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's like what like I don't know if anyone else
That's
watched
literally
it.
why Chip Talk was called Chip Talk.
Yeah, and like what faster prompts do.
Correct. Exactly what Faster Proms used to do.
Okay, cool.
Too, right?
Exactly, and that's what Adrian Force did. But he also was in development with the Helltech Elites and the Platinum Sports.
Yeah, so
He used to, yeah.
Cool.
Mike Cam Freeman, Microtech, and electronic carburetor.
Cam, you're giving it too much credit.
Are they really that bad?
No, they work and serve a purpose.
But just in case people were wondering, this was like a JDM thing, wasn't it? The Provo?
I don't know. Are you sure Private wasn't British? I can't remember.
I thought it was JD.
I can't remember.
Well, we still have Jason here, so he may chime in and correct us. But you had the Provo. What other ones did you have that came out like that?
Oh, there was a few.
I'm just
Yeah.
trying to see if I got photos of
Yeah.
them. Yeah, because we had a few. We had a few different Provo ECUs, which was pretty much. I feel like it was what would you say? It's like just a chipped up STI kind of thing where they just like
Well,
Nathaniel was
it's
saying.
exactly the same thing.
Yeah, like they just add a little bit more boost and all that kind of stuff
Yep.
to it. But I don't know. Is it so? Would that be the same as a chip talk kind of one, Nathaniel?
Yeah.
Where they've modified it from factory?
Same.
Correct.
Cool.
I just remembered something.
I'm learning stuff. Now, without me saying anything, can you guess what type of sugary crud I'm going to mention just by showing this photo?
Oh,
Starts with C.
Crap.
Canvas. Is
Oh.
it canvas?
Jason's favorite word.
Yeah, so Jason says, yes, JDM. I've had a couple through the cars I had, he thinks. That's helpful. But yeah, canvas. What's your thought?
I love CAN bus.
just note. Clear pronunciation on that one. Canvas, not cannabis.
Or you want to say it properly, canvas.
Yeah.
which means everything's linked.
It's
Pretty
great.
much.
That's what I do with Motex links and Haltex.
But that normally means like we used to have lots of customers. It was like this with what year model was it? The GDs or GC8s?
What?
That didn't have canvas, but they had the immobilizer units.
Both.
Both.
Yeah. And then you got the Liberties that started going can.
Yeah.
Jason's weighing in on canvas. I hate canvas. Canvas sucks butt on a stock ECU.
How do you go about when you go aftermarket?
Usually,
Do you still run the stock?
no. On lately, a lot of technology, especially like with Mtron, Motec, even Haltech, and the links, they have plug and play solutions that still interfaces with the CAN bus, even to like BMWs and Minis and stuff like that. Lamborghinis of all things as well.
Well, that's interesting to know. Because, yeah, with the canvas, you needed everything. Like, we had a lot of customers thinking you could just take, like, the ECU and plug and play, which, as far as I know, if you recode it, you can.
I've got a friend in Melbourne. Well, he once had a Gen 4 like yours, H6, turbocharger slapped on it, Elite 2500 in there controlling the show, but it was raining piggyback, so it didn't upset anything.
Yeah. But, yeah, but is that right that you can recode them to a different key and stuff? Or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
Ben would better answer you better.
Who?
Ben, Subaru.
Yeah.
Neil?
No.
No,
Tall Unky Blend.
Thompson.
Yeah.
You don't remember him.
I remember lots of people.
Okay. You'd remember him if you saw him.
Has like offspring.
On CD or just streamed
I'm
off
just trying to
Spotify?
think if there's any other photos here that I can pop up before Nathaniel runs away.
CAN bus are just systems, are just a compact PDM setup. Nah, bro. CAN bus is literally just a network. So think of two computers talking to each other. What we do with CAN bus is everything from dashes to PDMs to wired bands to separate I/O boxes, and everything just talks over two wires.
Oh, yeah, I know him. Didn't you say tall and lanky?
He's really tall
Yeah.
and lanky.
He's not that tall.
Okay.
I know who you're talking about now, though. Oh, there you go. Jason, did someone read what Jason said?
Yeah, I just
Oh,
explained it.
Yeah.
I'm confused because as far as I knew, this ECU was mine.
Yeah.
But according to that number, I don't think that's your number
What do you mean?
because that number's coming off a GDA,
Yeah.
like a non-turbo. Non-STI.
Yeah.
I
And-
thought the V8s were STIs.
I thought you said that was yours.
I thought it was.
Yours was an STI.
No, Jimmy's.
His
Like
was
the-
an STI.
Yeah, his was the V8. But this isn't a V8. But I don't know if that's mine or not.
Google the part number.
Yes, let's do that quickly. But yeah, just so you know, these let's not do that. I forgot. I forgot I was screen sharing there for a second.
I'm always sad when that happens with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think I felt before, Nathaniel? I was trying to look for photos, and like I'm scrolling through this list of photos, and next thing you know, my mouse was on the other screen.
Wait, there's a number on that. It's 23. That's the version 7 STI.
Oh, see, I thought that was a 7.
Why do I know that off the top
I've
of
got
my
a
head?
thing saying your stream. Yeah, this is blocking the 3 for me.
I just knew what it was because obviously it's my handwriting.
Oh, well, yes. Okay, in that case, I was right. Huh, I'm a genius. But yeah, so just because it says V8 doesn't mean it's...
First time?
Just because it says V8 doesn't mean it's a V8, like version 8.
There was
No,
just a
it's
code.
kind of what I was trying to get at.
Ask Dave. I'm sure he can make it happen.
America, LS everything, bro.
What are we LS?
The other day.
Yeah, again, whilst we mentioned LSs, we'll throw it out there again. Is anyone chasing a, what year?
K20 with an LS
A 74 K20 Corolla.
Photo?
with an LQ9 in it.
You don't got a photo.
Probably not
Hey, Ben.
appropriately.
You want a sick Corolla?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not screen sharing at the moment, am I?
I hope not.
Where'd my Facebook go?
Well, we're on it. No?
No, there it is.
Hello. Find it?
Oh, I
How
only got
do we
videos.
sell this guy's car if we don't have a photo?
You're freaking hopeless, Jacob.
It's got video.
Anyway, okay, well, while we do that, any other questions that we want to ask Nathaniel? Or should we set him free now?
I wish to go do link things with the chaser.
Let's not do that. Let's go to where are you, John? Get me to you.
Yeah, me too. What?
I don't know if there's anything else we want to ask Nathaniel.
Get into the Greek. Wow.
We think of anything else to ask Nathaniel before he leaves.
Bro, you
Jake
ain't like a
said-
73 flat, written flat. Buy a Honda, put a turbo on it.
That's funny as.
No, it doesn't matter. It shows how clean the car is.
I think I've got a video of it lumping along.
So just so you can see how clean the car is.
It's completely standard.
Yeah, it looks stock as a rock. Like you would not guess. The black cage, it's just PVC pipe. It's not actually a roll cage.
That's apparently some of the most expensive PVC pipe I've ever bought.
That's all stock. But yeah, it's yeah, I don't think this does show the motor. It shows the glide. So manualized 2-speed power glide. If
It's-
anyone's interested.
It is literally your grandma's go to get groceries car.
Until you turn it on.
No, it's still in. Grandma would love
wait,
it.
do we see- no, we don't.
No, we don't see the engine.
And remove.
So what is the engine?
The engine is a I don't know if I have a
It's an
photo.
LQ9, isn't it,
If you
Josh?
send me a photo.
L98, I think.
L98. So it's a 6-litre.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a 6-litre and a K20 because that's what you really need in life.
Yes.
And a
Everyone
car.
needs one.
Seriously, it needs like a GTX 42.
Every individual in the world needs one of these.
All right, cool. We'll let you go then. Thank you very much for your insight and your help.
Peace out.
So disorganized.
That's
Who's
all
it?
right.
Was it Rohan?
To get Nathaniel in. That was
Yeah.
me.
It's all
Okay.
Rohan's fault. We'll just blame him.
I just made Rohan go get him.
All right, cool. We'll get him back.
So it chirps at the lights. Does it chirp at the
Yeah,
lights?
pal.
John?
Bye.
It is capable of
Thank
turning
you.
lights.
It is capable.
Go fetch Rohan. It doesn't. It's not a locked diff, so it doesn't like.
Okay, whilst we wait for Nathan, then I just found the parts list.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
So the parts list, we have an
Part
R
of the parts list.
part of the parts
That's
list.
not the gearbox, I believe.
We have a R31 Skyline cut down rear diff. We have mini tub rear springs with moved in something.
I had to move the springs in so that the
Oh yeah, it'd fit.
wheels would fit.
New sheet metal rear floor. Roll cage installed, gearbox tunnel and firewall modifications. It's got engine mounts, all custom made, obviously. Holden Gemini brake booster from a GQ Patrol Master, a 323 pedal,
Yeah.
all reinforced with Willwood proportion valve. All new brake lines, including braided to the wheels. 31 struts with welded coilover kit. That's when you insert it, eh?
Actual front.
Yeah, like the conies and stuff. Yeah, just lots of stuff. So guys, buy it.
Minties.
Taking offers over 20. We will find photo of the engine bay and show eventually, maybe, if you're lucky. Now I've got to work out where we were again.
I don't know if it's fine to send you one.
Where are we at, Rohan?
I don't know.
I take it you've been watching.
I was too busy talking to Jake.
You're
Okay.
talking about ECUs.
Yes.
I can see that Jason mentioned that Michelle wants a Motec now.
Yes. Well, that's yeah.
And who are we to deny that?
Yeah, you're
That's
gonna pay for one for it.
Nah, I got
No.
a Honda.
Okay, so where are we at?
3P.
I'm trying to decide which bit we talk about now.
Wait, not the dot mill?
I'm at the top. You guys are at 3P.
Well, I don't know if we've ever really touched on it, but when we did John's Forest stuff,
Yeah.
the difference between the WRX ECU and the Forest ECU. How when we put it in, as far as I know, Sito will have to chime in a bit, is one, obviously the compression ratio is different. So the reason we added with John's Forester, the 3P Forester, he had the WRX motor. So we put this matching ECU in. But one of the issues we ran into...
We didn't.
No.
We never put the matching ECU in.
Oh, you put the tune in.
I took the tune, the ROM, straight off a WRX ECU and flashed it onto the Forester ECU.
And the issue we ran into was...
There is one, even though all the wiring and stuff is pretty much the same, so your ECU plugs are the same, your engine wiring harness, like your engine bay, like over manifold wiring harness is all the same. Same coil packs, same everything else, same sensors, everything. The one difference that a Forester GT has over a GD or GDA WRX, so Bug-Eye WRX was non-AVCS. For those of you who have been following, you should know what all that means by now. But yeah, the one difference was there was no fuel pump controller.
Yes.
Which we have not spoken about yet. So it actually drove the relay for the fuel pump nuts. Like it buzzed and buzzed and buzzed and buzzed, and we couldn't figure out why. Until we went digging through the car and figured out, wait, there's no fuel pump controller that we've seen anywhere. So to fix that, somebody took the stock ECU ROM from the Forester and the stock ECU from the stock ECU ROM from the WRX, and then basically went through every single table individually and copied and pasted each individual cell and value.
That sounds painful.
Across. I don't know who would be crazy enough to do that.
Yeah, I don't know either.
It ended up working in the end, though.
Oh yeah, it works really well. But who would do that?
Jason just said something.
That was one I was going to talk to Cito about, because I'm not sure where I would have found those diagrams, but we didn't actually get time for me to ask.
Yeah, but they were basically very easy. Usually they were 2 or 3 wire swaps, and then it was done. So that was a bonus. But you had to know to do it. Otherwise, you just plug in the ECU and the car doesn't work. You're like, why doesn't it work?
Yeah. It's like something's not right.
GT8s anyway. I think GDs were the same.
Oh, there you go.
I think.
Nathaniel.
Wait, before that, we've got some questions.
Yeah, Olga
Peterson. How about Autronic? What do you think of those? Do you enjoy throwing AFMs in the bin and going speed density? So one question at a time. How about Autronic? What do you think of those? Daniel loves those, so that's good. That we were just talking to, just in case that wasn't obvious. And do you enjoy throwing AFMs in the bin and going speed density?
If I had the money, yes.
I did that on the STI.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was...
It saves you so much hassle.
Yeah. Well, in the last stage of the STI, the intercooler piping kept popping off. So yeah, it was great. I could still put the car back to where I needed to get to because speed density.
Yeah. I didn't realize that it automatically spit me up, but that is the Corolla.
Oh wait, and Autronic, yeah, I'm a fan of those too. As far as I'm aware, they're just a little bit on the older side now, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, weren't they up around the same as a
Motec? Maybe they got
the one and the Autronic has a 4 in it.
Yeah, that's pretty old, isn't it?
Yeah, because mine was a car that was built like a long time ago.
Yeah. Mad Dog, so that's Carl, isn't it?
Yeah.
He's asking, hey guys, heard of Speed Ueno? Yes, I have, and no, I don't like it. ECU powered by an Arduino.
Like a cherry pie kind of thing.
A lot more basic than that, but basically that, yeah.
So a computer controlling a computer.
Whoa, ECU is computer.
Yeah, that's what I
mean.
meant. So
But an Arduino doesn't have
yeah,
an
there you
OS.
go. I have the thing. Why would you do
Okay,
this?
well, see, we covered this in the group chat the other day, and Nathaniel addressed it pretty well.
Which one?
The 3P group chat.
Okay, continue.
When the other Nathan was asking about ECU. He was asking about the mega.
Yeah. Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Well, Speeduino is the same thing.
Yeah.
It's open source as far as I'm aware. So the thing with open source is, yes, it's free, but that means there's no commercial support. There's not really a huge amount of people putting a huge amount of time and effort into it because obviously they have day jobs to do as well. So that being said, they're not as robust. They're not as refined. They're not as developed, I guess, and mature as the more expensive products.
But even then, that kind of worked in what one of the other subjects I had read would come up which was open source.
Yeah.
Which not all open source is the same. Like as far as I know, ROM Raider and that is classified as open source, yeah?
Open source is just a concept. Open source, for those out there who don't know, is not a brand.
Yeah.
Open source means that the source code is made publicly available. So the source is open to anybody to see, to even develop and contribute to a lot of the time, that kind of thing. And yeah, open source is great because that means that the software that results from it is free as well, usually. Yeah. It also means that things like bug fixes can happen quicker because anybody can see the code and go, there, fix that.
Fix it and then post it up so everyone can see.
But like I said, because nobody's really making money off it, like I said, people still need to survive. People still need to live their lives and have day jobs. So there's not as much time and effort into it. A lot of them survive on donations. Sometimes there'll be a paid support option, that kind of thing. Yeah.
So Mad Dog's one was fair. Was always going to buy an experiment car for it, to be honest. He can code, so it'll be fine.
That might be okay, but the thing is, if you're going to cheap out on the ECU, though, how much equipment is that running?
That's the thing.
You've built an engine, for example, and you're going to cheap out and run an open source ECU.
But if it's an experiment car, you could be getting it like just to tune and play with a stock car.
Is Carberry open source?
As far as I knew, Carberry and like ROM Raider was open source.
Okay.
So people who spend $8,000 on rims and then buy $50 tires.
Maybe.
Yeah, those people are annoying.
But okay, so look, it's not always the hard and fast rule that open source is rubbish, okay?
Yeah.
It's just compared to the commercially available options.
You might not have seen the thing.
Yeah.
If
they're probably better.
Carberry and ROM Raider is classified as open source.
We got
I'm pretty
Jason.
sure it is. Yeah.
Wait, hang on. Jason said I had open source on my steak the other night. Please tell me you watched my video from the other day. What?
They are Carberry and ROM Raider,
Yes,
which
they
are the two things we use to tune. Like Carberry is one of the main things people.
We didn't really hardcore tune.
But Carberry is the one that most tuners use for the GD.
Yeah.
ROM Raider, I don't think it was a Carberry version, but we just used ROM Raider my Liberty the other day.
Carl said Carberry is the same as Speeduino, but running on a Raspberry Pi instead. No, Carberry runs on the Carberry that we're talking about runs on the stock ECU.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the Raspberry Pi.
Yeah, you can put it on your stock ECU.
I wouldn't run a Raspberry Pi to run a car, like to run an engine, because Raspberry Pi has the overhead of an OS.
Yeah.
So
And
it's not built for purpose.
no, because Arduino works because it's a purpose-built thing to take inputs and spit out outputs, like based on how you program it. Like it's fairly dumb. You don't want the overhead of the but think about it. You've got to every time you start the car, you've got to wait for the OS to boot.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
You could get it.
Oh, no,
I'm sure
man.
you could technically run
Some
a car.
M.2s are getting pretty quick.
Yeah, but think about the crank, the voltage drop on crank too. Like there are. Don't get me wrong. Like
There's places that have
years
worked.
ago, when I was looking into 20 years, I would have been 13.
I was going to say that's our
15 years ago, when I was looking into car computer stuff, there are power supplies that will actually power a computer through the crank, so that's fine. But you still don't want that because you've got the overhead of the operating system running all the time, so that then limits the inputs and outputs that you get. So, yeah.
All this talk about pie is making me want some pie.
All right, we'll drop you off and you can go and get some.
Jason said, would open source be a recipe for disaster or for new programmers?
No, I think open source is great for new programmers because
Just
you can actually see all the code and you can start from really basic, or you can jump head deep in and like start somewhere and then work your way around the code. I love working that way, by the way. But yeah,
I can also see it going terribly wrong.
If you, like, it's with anything though, like if you're wanting to learn something, you don't learn with a $30,000 motor. Like if you're going to start poking around and tuning things and all that kind of stuff, you'd be completely bonkers to go build yourself a big $30,000-$40,000 motor and then go, I'm going to tune this. I don't see that as going very far. Rohan's sitting over there going, you watch me, Jacob.
$300 bush pressure.
If you're going to drop 30-40K on an engine, you may as well pay for someone who knows what they're doing.
And that's the thing. So it's like what we said. If you do, like if Carl is talking about getting a project that he experiments with, like I feel like that would be the best option. Get a stock car that if you blow the motor, it's $50. Yeah, there you go. So
Spoil Hyundai gets.
he literally answered. He's like, no, I was planning a $500 Impreza and have a play.
Yeah.
And that's the way you do it because obviously NA you're not going to see many power gains, but you will see what happens when you mess with certain things.
And if you blow it up, it's $500.
Yeah, you just go get another one.
Just if you're going to buy like a Wish Turbo and slap that on there as well, I want to see what happens when someone uses a Wish Turbo. I still haven't seen any videos about it.
Don't buy it off Wish because we paid $300 for a $50 turbo.
Dude, eBay Turbo is still so much better.
Yeah,
It's true.
probably would hang with maybe. I mean, what?
Carl also said you can run discrete code on RPIs directly, so there's no boot or minimal, which ECUs have anyway, though.
What?
You can run discrete code,
I heard that. What was the last bit?
which ECUs have already, though.
Fair enough.
Like, have anyway. Which kind of does make sense, because how else are you going to wake the ECU up to do everything?
Yeah.
Especially during cranking, because like we know, it cuts in and out. But I'm not going to, well, I guess I can, I just won't say the last word. Jason says, I'm so far out of my depth in computers, lol. Open source Raspberry Pi, just...
What in the world?
Yeah. Which is true. That's another benefit of having Cedo around. So a guy who, yes, he knows a little bit about cars, well, a fair bit about Subarus now, but he also understands the computer side of it. Whereas I'm still a bit of a brute. So I like breaking things and...
Carburetor good. Ding.
Oh, I love carburetors. Carburetors are great. Like, I can work on those. I can tune those for days, man. You just turn that screw, job done. Whereas ECUs, pressing the plus button gets a little bit scary. Oh, is it page up? Is that what people say it is? It's supposed to be page up to wind things up.
I just had zeros.
Yeah.
Where's the videos to confirm this?
Yeah. Daniel, is it page up or is it zeros or what? How do I add more power? Actually, I watched him the other day. It was pretty much just highlight things and move.
Just add zeros.
Carl says ECUs would have a very short boot, like talking 2 seconds at most, but they would compensate by loading start tables so the car runs immediately. Yeah, you'd have the basic tables that the car needs to start pretty much there on point. So
Is this why mine bollocks when it's cold?
could be. I don't know. No, it's probably just...
It's a cold tube.
Wait, boy. No, your car runs amazing.
Oh, actually, I know. No. That's when, never mind. That was when I was playing with fuses and I pulled the wrong one.
So we've gone that. That one's definitely going to be a Cedo thing. The ECUs with the mobilizers, I can talk about. The fact that the ECU, like we mentioned earlier when Nathaniel was here, it's not just the canvas cars that you need more than just the ECU for. So in the earlier models, I think it was a late model GC8 that started.
Yeah, because Semi's 2000 had the immobilizer built in.
Yeah, so you need, except for the JDM, so JDM ECUs, you didn't have to worry about it because they didn't have the immobilizer. But of the delivered ones, you had to make sure you always got the ECU, the key chip.
Yep.
So inside the key, there's a little chip, which... Okay, that's up to you, Tito. You're going to have to do some Googling, I feel, to get a photo for that.
What key chip?
No, I can get that. Jason's asked, do you guys have an example of what the code looks like to explain for us noobs? No?
Nope.
Where could we find it?
No idea. I don't think it's
So why the Aussie ones had a key chip? Immobilizer?
No? Where?
Ram raids. There was a period of time in the 90s where even some of the Australian police departments ended up getting GC8s as patrol cars.
Yeah.
Simply, they were vehicle available.
Yeah.
And they kept getting stolen and used in ram raids. And because they were built to the pretty much the World Rally standards for pillars and stuff. So
Yeah, they go hard.
They didn't collapse when we drove them for a front of a shop.
I thought
And
that
then-
I thought it was because they
They took off in them.
yeah, and then
because-
the police
and
couldn't
police
keep up.
couldn't catch up with them, and
Yeah.
you could ram a shop with them. So they started. They changed the laws, and they had to put the immobilizers and whatnot in them to stop them being used as
Even,
runaway cars.
even if you could find just basic code, so not car-related code, it's just so like a photo of some kind of code that we can show Jason roughly what he's talking about, if that makes sense. It's like just lines of matrix green dots going everywhere. This is code.
With what you were saying about the GCs, I remember seeing a picture. It was an old picture. It was in rural town of, I think it was in New South Wales.
Yep.
It was a early model GC that the cops used, but it was very odd because obviously being a cop car, they wouldn't have got any options or modifications to it.
Yeah.
But it had a front lip on it. But it was
could have been a mock-up.
it was
Probably found someone in the motor pool for that particular country town, decided to have a bit of fun and order the parts.
maybe, yeah, because it was
I know what happened.
it would have been a version 4 equivalent WRX.
Or they've gotten or it's one of the later ones, which is the facelift one.
No, it had the square fogs.
Oh, okay,
Interesting.
interesting.
It's very interesting seeing that front bar on it.
Yeah,
It was not a
most
factory car.
likely then the front bar that was stock for it's been damaged, and they've just ordered.
Got a cheap
one,
aftermarket one.
Yeah, that's true. But
and it's happened to be the one for the facelift, and they've just gone
Yeah.
screw it and made it work.
I guess back then it would have been different because now they just replace it with factory parts if they've damaged it, don't they?
I have
Yeah,
no
but-
idea what.
But the issue is I ran into it with mum and dad's Lancer when they crashed.
Yeah.
Even though it's not always factory parts, they stopped making the part for my mum's car where it looks pretty much identical, but it was ever so slightly different.
Ah, okay.
They
Yeah.
still classified it as OEM, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Look at one
Is
of
that the
those
car that
cars.
everyone in your family has crashed except for one person?
No, that's the Echo. Not everyone.
Did you crash it?
I
I thought it was
remember
only
my little sister's car.
close enough.
Dad's got flipped in front of a truck in it. My older sister got T-boned at like 120 whilst we were on the way to work. That one hurt. Like I was in the back seat. Like it wasn't like full center T-bone. It was like fuel tank, jam my door shut kind of thing.
Oh, so like
Yeah,
it's
On the car.
we were turning right and the
So-
car didn't slow down to stop at a red light and just
Yeah.
she was at fault because she went through. It
It's
hurt.
not ideal.
No,
So
my boss
you-
wasn't too happy either because both me and my older sister
Oh yeah.
worked at the exact same store
Yeah.
and we were both going to work.
Yeah.
So imagine being a Subway store and having two of your employees ring up going, "Hey, we've just been in a car crash. We're not coming to work."
That's like half the staff.
But
So your younger brother's the only one that hasn't crashed it yet.
he hasn't crashed that, but he's crashed.
Yeah.
Mum hasn't either.
It's doing well.
I don't know if she's crashed, but what I'll
Fair.
quickly do before I keep going off topic.
Wait, sorry, I wanted to answer this because I was off the stream before. You guys have an example of code to look and explain for us noobs? I don't. I've never actually looked at the code itself of an ECU, so I don't know where to look, and I don't know what to show you. And to be honest, I don't think most people need to look at it anyway. So I don't even know if it'd be worth looking at.
True. Well,
That's
the
not
thing.
the source, though. That's just the values, which anybody and everybody should be able to change anyway.
Yeah, that's not the code. That's
Oh, you mean the actual like code?
yeah, they're talking that's deeper than
Source
that.
code.
Yeah, no.
Carl says, hello, world. Well, I'm guessing that's supposed to be world.
Or it could be Wally.
Tech reference, because the go-to example for stuff is always hello, world. I think it was, I don't know if it was the first two words that were transmitted over the internet.
I don't know if I thought it was on TV.
Okay.
Internet.
Yeah.
He said, yeah, it was supposed to be World.
The first live video on the internet was a coffee pot.
But one thing I was going to quickly pop up before we keep getting distracted is the fact that when we were talking about the chips and the immobilizer, that is literally the chip there.
It's in the black plastic.
That's probably like less than a centimeter. I think they were. They were very small. I'm
Well,
not pulling.
to give you an idea, that sits inside your key, and if you have a GD era key, you can actually see the outline of where that chip is to give you an idea of the size. See?
Oh, I'm just sitting here looking at your key, thinking how much easier it is to pull yours out.
Yeah. Right there. Look at the
Yes,
size of it.
so-
compared to my fingertip.
What's real annoying? Not even that.
Wait, is that the STI?
That's the bike.
But so
Why did we have two chips for that one?
Because it probably had two keys. Because each car key would have that.
Mhm.
And that was another quick way to see if you had like a JDM ECU as well.
that's my one.
Carl
So-
said, hello. Give up. Whoa. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because it's going to come out
Yeah.
wrong. And your mate's back.
Hey, rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake.
Who is it?
Who?
Rookie mistake.
Apparently, we know him. Or at least they do.
Comes and visits our stream so often, and I can't work out who it is.
What
There was
did
a
we
stage
do?
where I thought it was you, but it wasn't you.
Apparently he's Asian and has bought some parts off us before.
Why does an OBD2 reader work on everything but JDM? It doesn't work on everything but JDM.
No, it doesn't work on...
GCX and
Yeah.
Frost.
It worked on GDs later. Oh, we've used it on DDM ECUs, haven't we?
Oh, I was going to say, did we use it on Jimmy's?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Possibly.
Sure.
No, it's okay. You can have on paper.
But
Well,
yeah, I feel like they do work on JDM. The GC8s and didn't work.
GC8s.
I kind of mentioned
Okay,
in,
wait. The reason for that is because GC8s have OBD1 and OBD2 ports. So OBD1 for 96 and earlier. Huh?
it's on Monday's video.
Oh, so no spoilers.
No, it's all right. Just mention
Okay.
because I wasn't as in depth.
And then OBD2 is 97, 98, 99, and 2000. Well,
But even then, the 97, 98, 2000s still didn't work with OBD2 because they were Subaru.
Subaru Select Monitor.
Yeah.
So even though they had the physical OBD ports, they didn't speak the OBD protocol.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I see what you did.
yeah, but I mean,
So you can't just
that
plug.
just sounds like Apple.
If you have an
Carl is-
expensive OBD2 scanner, you can because they've added
right.
to it.
Yeah.
But there's so many people that I know that get the cheap.
Carl is correct. They have SSM pre-01, don't they? They have spat out emissions in OBD, but nothing else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, some of the like cheap OBD2 scanners you get.
Reader, by the way. Cool. As long as I'm not the only one who doesn't know where
It
it
might
is.
be up
that's
in
fine.
there because it was in my drawer.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, I had
so
everything
you've got
in my
a little-
desk out the front.
You got a little one, do you?
Yeah.
I just connected the.
So it's either up there or down in there. It's somewhere here because it was in my desk.
My
I,
dad's shop's got one that's like an entire fucking.
But yeah, the
It's like 40 grand or something. It's crazy.
I just connect the two black
Oh,
connectors
you're
and then
right.
read the code.
Yeah, the cheap OBD scanners won't read it
Yeah, that's true.
because they haven't got the correct code or anything in there to read the SSM.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And it's a very big pet peeve of mine because this is what I'm going to mention it on Monday, in the video on Monday, but there's a website that I use, like a YouTube video for the earlier models. Nathan had a website with the full written script, but
Which I
it's
feel,
really not
I
that
still
hard.
feel that's better when you're working on the car.
Oh no, I like visuals.
Yeah, okay.
So like if I'm laying underneath, I can press play, and it's timed that way. It's literally once you find that plug and plug it in, you can watch the video as it's going through. But yeah, it's one of those things that used to really annoy me with customers with early GC8s and Foresters that are like, again, I mentioned in the video, they're just like, my car's playing up. They spend a heap of money.
I don't know what you were going to say then.
They spend a lot of money chasing an issue, and even though I gave them this YouTube video and explained to them what to do, they just wouldn't read the codes. Which, yes, it's not as easy as plugging in an OBD2 port
Oh, it's just
and pressing scan. Yeah, the flash, which is literally you just plug two little black connectors in and count how many times your check engine light flashes.
Yeah.
And then you
Struggle with that.
and then you
though.
usually have to look up a list.
pretty quick.
Yeah, and
but
that's the thing. You tend,
yeah.
you tend to. I
But-
normally would get like a friend or someone like, if you're not good at it,
No,
or
no,
even
no.
record it.
Yeah, that's
Always
the
record it.
best thing that I've heard is record it and watch it back.
So when you do it, you
Everyone's
can
got a
sit down
phone
and-
now, so
And that's the other thing I like about the YouTube video is at the end of it, it literally tells you all the different patterns and what the numbers that add up to.
I guess for me, like once you've got it down pat, you don't want to watch through the whole video to get the codes. You just want the list of codes.
Yeah. Well, that's the other thing. Like I could probably even screenshot that and include it at the end. Like I'm going to mention the YouTube video and include the YouTube link.
I love the
Yeah,
plugs.
love the plugs.
Love those plugs. So.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing as well, is that those codes on the check engine light just constantly repeat until you finally unplug the damn thing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jason said we just wanted to use the OBD2 port to send info to the Bluetooth camera, and now I know why.
That'd probably be one.
And Carl says there's a Perth WRX forum page with all the codes and how to get them, which is easier too. That's the one that I always refer to.
So
I
Nathan likes reading. I don't like reading.
don't necessarily like reading.
I really don't. Well, I do like reading, but I got to be in the mood and not have anything else to do because I will read it till like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Is it about a prepubescent wizard?
Consider.
Actually, they don't call him a wizard, but yes.
Carl says I like reading it because I can do it at my own pace. I think that's what I like too.
Well,
You don't have to stop, like pause it and do the thing, and then do the thing. You just look at the photo, follow the instructions, and go right. Scroll to the next one.
now you're making me feel like I'm going to have to ask Nathan to find that link so I can include it in the video on Monday. Thanks, Carl.
Perth WRX EC8 sell.
Video Monday.
Yeah, I know. What else was there to talk about? Yeah, so Jason, that's please note that was sarcasm, Carl.
Link.
It was sarcasm.
I'll look off to you.
Yeah, but
Here's-
did you see what he said? See that?
Nathaniel will be happy we're using a link.
Yeah, but did you see Carl's response?
Yes. Yeah,
Sarcasm, man. Sarcasm.
his was probably sarcastic too.
Yeah, most likely. It's not fair.
What?
Well,
Yes.
yeah,
That's great.
I don't know. What else is there to talk about with ECUs?
I want to take a moment to highlight the fact that the 99 and 2000 era ECUs, so we often can refer to them by plugs. So this is the grey, black, and blue plug ECUs. The ECU is not, as far as we ever found, linked to the immobilizer module and chip.
Oh, the brand.
In which ones?
Just the 99 and 2000s.
Yeah.
The-
I knew there was one that was.
Everything before is, everything after is just not 99 and 2000. No idea why.
So they were
I feel
easily
like
removable.
somebody stuffed up with that.
So they were easily removable over the pre and the post.
Would have been easy to steal.
I don't know if it was easy to steal, but it certainly made ECU swaps very easy.
Yeah.
I guess it must have been that thing when they actually made it tunable. They might have stuffed it up and just been like, stuff it and just put it as in sell things.
Well,
that
that's
have
one
been-
thing I want to work out, because that's the year model that I get so many arguments with, that people say you can tune those ECUs, the
Yes.
99 2000.
Yes.
But as far as I was aware, you couldn't tune the 99 2000.
It's very limited, though, isn't it?
I don't know. That's why I'm confused.
I'm not sure. I don't.
How do you not know, Rohan?
I don't own a WRX.
I feel like Nathan's lost audio.
I think I just broke my audio. Oh, my mic.
There we go. I think I'm back.
Yay!
Hopefully.
You back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway. Okay. As far as I understand, the chip itself is flashable,
Yeah.
I think. And I'm pretty sure that EQ Tech have a solution for it, like to be able to tune it. But obviously, you've got to go to an EQ Tech dealer, and nobody wants that. Or at least I don't want that, because I've never had a good experience with it so far. And once you do it, you're locked into
Like, I knew
that
ECU
tuner.
Tech was that.
Yeah.
But like, from what I've heard from people, you don't even need to do that. Like, people are just like, you can tune them.
Yeah.
Like, you can plug
No,
in and
okay.
tune them.
This is what I'm getting to. So the hardware supports it, right?
Yeah.
And obviously it's doable because EQ Tech have done it. The thing is, though, that the GDs and later everything else are all tunable.
Yeah.
Because people have actually got actually, I think Subaru. Someone told me Subaru released the info.
Yeah.
To make it so that you could
make
could
it
access it and
yeah.
tune it and stuff. That's where ROM Raider comes into play, and you can do stuff with it. But as far as I understand, that hasn't happened for the 99 2000.
Yeah.
So Subaru haven't released the info, or people haven't figured it out yet, because basically you would have seen before that when you're in the software to do the tuning or the logging or whatever, you need the definitions.
Yes.
So all the definitions do is tell you what electronic address on the chip refers to what.
Yeah.
We don't have the definitions for 99 or 2000 model,
But ECU Tech does.
apparently.
Yeah.
Or they've
Cracked,
remapped
yeah.
the whole. I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know what is and isn't possible, because, quite frankly, I haven't had the time or resources to delve into that. And quite frankly, I don't think I would bother.
Yeah, I was going to say, we've never really, pretty much anything that's come in with ECU Tech in it.
Oh, we just wrote it off as EQ rec.
Yeah, we just wrote it
Let's
off
just,
because
no, she's done.
there's,
She's cooked.
but
We don't
even
want
like
that.
Chip Talk was kind of like that too. Because if you got, as far as I knew, if you got a Chip Talk, you had to go to Chip Talk.
Yes.
You couldn't really go anywhere else.
Yes.
Whereas open source,
Wait,
the GDs,
no.
you could go other places with Chip Talk.
Depends. The Chip Talk piggyback, so the Chip Talk Exceed, you download the software yourself from their website, and that was fine. They let you tune it if you wanted to.
Okay.
I don't know about the later ones.
Okay.
And the earlier ones that were actually physical chips, you definitely have to go back to them.
Yeah, like I was talking about, like the ones that were built into the ECU, not the piggybacks.
Yeah.
Because I know piggybacks and all that, like the ones we showed before, well, I know for a fact you could get those tuned anywhere.
Yeah.
Not many people enjoy doing it, but you could. Because like Nathaniel said, it's not one of those things that people like doing.
Yeah.
Because it is a pain.
If I'd really put time and effort into it, I probably could have done tuning.
Yeah. Jason said, on our 99 WRX, I swapped the JDM computer and had to swap cam and crank wires. Yeah. There's only like two
3
or
wires.
Yeah.
Because I did it on our first Forester. So I ran the JDM
I feel
STI
like that's
ECU.
something we should probably try to find is the
That-
diagrams for that.
I have it saved.
Yeah.
It's not a diagram, but it's a pin out.
Yeah. Because if we can get something like that, that's probably, and put it on the NAS somewhere that I know, because that's probably one of the most frequently
I have
asked
it in
things,
Evernote.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah,
Used
not
to.
anymore. Like, but when we were
When we
working
need
with
the
them-
info, though, we need the info.
Yeah. Because like even for just popping up on the Facebook or something like that, just so people can see it.
Yep.
But what else do we have? One of the
16-bit versus 32-bit.
yeah, I don't know the differences. You might have to run down on that.
I
I have that written here. Yes.
don't. How do you explain
This is
that?
something I probably wanted to ask Nathaniel because this is when the canvas comes in, isn't it?
Huh?
Is this when canvas came in?
No, not as such. Or maybe actually, I don't know. Let me just have a look at this.
Yeah, I can see that. It's like twice as much.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay,
I just want to know where 5-bit comes into that.
so basically 32. Well, 32 and 16-bit. Basically, the more bits you have, the more you can address and handle at one time.
Yeah.
So if we're talking like your desktop computer, because most people have probably been around long enough to know that we changed from 32-bit to 64-bit computers at some point, because there was a big thing about that and knowing which one you had and which stuff was compatible with what for a little while. Now pretty much everything is just 64-bit. And for those who were around for that transition, you may or may not remember that the limitation of 32-bit was that you could only address 4 gigabytes of RAM. So if you were going to run more than 4 gigabytes of RAM, so basically if you're running Windows 10, you needed to have 64-bit. Otherwise, it would just be unaddressable.
Can I put it out there? I feel like Carl hit the nail on the head pretty quick, eh?
Length of the data that can be executed at one time, yeah. That'll do.
I'm just sitting here, as you were trying to describe, I'm like, that's a really good description.
Yeah.
But for people like Jason, that's probably what they need to hear.
Yeah. So Carl said length of data that can be executed at one time by the CPU, so number of ones and zeros that can be processed.
That's a very
That's
Jason.
very simplistic
That
way of
helps-
putting
that
it. So yeah,
helps
that works.
Jason's got a thing there as well.
Yeah.
Jason says comparing Commodore 64 to an iPad.
It's just bigger buses.
Sure. Oh,
Yeah.
Carl said I'm kind of wrong though. Tito is more correct.
Well, yeah, he was just a more basic version.
Yeah, and that's fine. Like it makes it easier for
That's
people
like
to
saying,
understand.
how does a car run? You add
Yeah.
fuel, you add air, you add fire, it goes bang, it goes boom.
Yep,
It's different.
that's it.
You get a 2-door and a 4-door. 4-door can fit more things.
It's about 10 times the price.
Yeah,
Probably more than that, actually.
yeah, more
I
than
don't know.
They're
4 doors
about-
are getting pretty expensive these days.
Yeah, true.
because about 60 odd now, at least.
So breaking that back down to Subaru ECUs though, the easiest way that I've found to be able to determine whether you have a 32-bit ECU or a 16-bit ECU, because a lot of people didn't know, 32-bit ECU has drive-by-wire. So any model that has a drive-by-wire ECU, I'm pretty sure is a 32-bit ECU. Sorry, drive-by-wire throttle body is a 32-bit ECU. Yeah,
Not if you go, you want
not
all
wrong.
the torque
which actually,
instantly, which worked.
if you think about it, that makes sense because you've seen the amount of pins that come off the throttle
Yeah,
body.
it's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're addressing all of those pins with the 32-bit ECU.
You won't. You're scared. You're scared.
Jason said, "Stuff it! I'm going carby on the WX."
Just get an L series motor and drop it in. You have a carby straight away.
Wow.
Carbies are great. I'm trying to convince John to go ITBs on the charger.
Like, carbs are great. I heard carbs were bad.
Depends if you work out or not.
I don't.
I prefer to work in.
You have 2 more ignition coils on those as well, AVCS, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't feel.
Oh wait, no,
But AVCS also came out on
16-bit ECUs.
the 16-bit, being the early model STIs.
Yep.
So up until the Myo 5,
but,
or the Myo 6.
but think about now the H6.
Oh, dude, I got
2 extra oil packs, 2 extra sensors.
I'm pretty sure I got quad
Actually,
AVCS.
4 extra sensors. No,
Yeah, I'm
3
pretty,
extra.
I'm pretty sure I have quad AVCS on my car.
Yep. So you've got 2 more OCVs and 2 more cam sensors.
It's a pain.
Yeah.
There's a lot of information to get passed through.
So you need 32-bit. By the way, you were asking before about 5-bit, how 5-bit plays into that.
I'm so glad you caught on to that.
Good. Okay, so computers work off. This is going to get real technical now, but computers work off base 2 numbering. So we work off base 10 numbering because we go 0 to 10, and then the next unit of measurement is hundreds. So we have ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, millions.
Yeah.
We work off base 10
Yeah.
because we go up.
By tens.
Computers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024, etc.
Yes.
Because binary,
Yeah.
you only have 1 and 0, and then you've got to add another column.
Yeah.
5-bit is a joke
There's no
because
such
5-bit is nothing. There is no 5-bit. Nothing works on a 5-bit.
It can't exist because you can only have ones and zeros.
So for those who are really technically minded, they would have got that straight off the bat. They're like, 5-bit has no
So there was
technical
no
relevance.
6. Did you say 6 by
I
accident?
might have, yeah. It doubles every time. 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64.
You,
One
Yeah,
to
I'm
get
pretty sure.
five
you,
as well,
you got pulled out, man.
probably.
So I'm just trying to find a logic in calling your business nothing.
Well, it was
One-
$5 IT because our minimum charge
Yeah.
was $5, and we were going to sell parts for like secondhand parts for $5. So, yeah, it was a play on words.
It was a good play on words.
Yeah,
But I'm looking here
But
at
it's
my
dead now.
list.
Yeah.
That's
that's it. That's all we got.
That's it.
That's all what you got.
Hanging.
Unless there's anyone here who has questions about stuff.
Jason says that
Yeah.
basically what Nathan talking about binary numbers I glazed over.
Yeah.
I could visualize it and it would make a lot more sense.
Matrix. Jason, have
No.
you seen the Matrix?
No,
It's a Matrix.
that doesn't.
It does
Make it
0,
any-
1, 0. And then it makes a pretty red lady, like the lady in red.
No.
Isn't that how the internet works? Oh no, what?
If he's referring to numbers, I could always recite pi.
Wait till you meet hexadecimal. I don't think I want to. That sounds scary.
Hexadecimal is
Yeah,
base.
see, Jason knows what I'm talking about with the pretty lady in red.
Hexadecimal is base 16.
Yeah, but the lady in red, the green and zeros and ones.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Okay. Look. My favorite, Excel. So look, like I said, we work in base 10. So wait, base 10. So we have 1, 10, 100, 1,000, 10,000, 100,000. Whereas computers work in base 2 because, look, so here we can go 0 to 9, and then we have to go to here. So then we go 10 to 99, and then we have, whoa,
Who was born in October 99?
1099 is October 99. That's not right.
IT guy, fix this. Fix it.
1099. 10 to 99. Let's do that. So 0 to 9. So this is what fits in these columns. So 100 to 999. You get
That
the
doesn't
idea.
fit, though.
It's close
I
enough.
made it fit. There we go. But base 2 is 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 28, 256, 5, 12, 1024. Okay, so this one is only 0 to 1. 2, 1. But then this is then the same thing, really. 0 to 1, because then, like, it's adding another one. I don't know if that makes sense now because of the way that I've done the top one. But, you know, because you put 1 in here because we're working off base 2.
Yeah, each one equals 2.
Actually, sorry, let's visualize it like this. Because in those columns, you can only have the numbers 0 to 9. And then it's
Yeah.
full. So, for example, in the top one, so base 10 sample, so we have 1 and then say, sorry, if you go 9, if you want to add another one, then you've got to add 1 here, I guess. If that was that, you'd go that. So 1 plus that, you have 1, 10, and then a 0
Yeah.
to make 10. Whereas if you want to equal 4, actually, sorry, we should have started at 1. It should be 1, 2, 4 anyway. But look, if you wanted to make the number 4, it would be 1 and then 0. because it's one lot of 4.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make the number 6, though, that'd be 1 and 1. Because I missed the 1, if you wanted 7, you'd add
You mean
1
8 or?
over.
I'm just going to put it out there, Carl. I feel like you're right. I'm way too tired to. I'll read what he said.
Yeah.
Or you lost.
Yeah. You probably don't actually need to know.
Well, the
that,
thing
but
is,
that's where it comes from.
Cito, no. Nathan knows well and truly that if I was awake and ready for this, I would be able to keep up. But it's like my head doesn't function after 8.
You seem to excel at the use of this software, Cito.
I see what you did there.
But yes, oh wow, I was chewing Minties in the stream.
I was doing Mindy's.
But yeah,
I
I,
had like
feel like I should be able to do the call to action, guys. Please help if you've enjoyed this. Spread the word, let people know. We don't always talk in zeros and ones, but
We
when
usually do.
do, chicks in red dresses.
Oh, gosh.
Follow the bunny. Yes, it is, Jason, especially when you're tired.
What do the numbers mean?
Red dress.
I mean,
Do
Mason.
you write the code for red dress?
Why?
Well, I want to see how you made the chicken red.
I'll see what I can do. You keep talking.
The numbers, Mason. Yeah, if you enjoyed it, like, comment, share.
You got it.
And yeah, we will be back 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays. Check out, if you haven't been checking it out, like I know not many people have been, but there's been a few. Check in on Mondays. I put up a post with a link to our YouTube channel where I talk about, I pretty much take the earlier streams and condense them to less, how do I say it politely? Cluster bomb.
Less side trackiness.
Yeah, less sidetracking. So I pretty much take the streams and just try to get a bit more to the point. And yeah,
It's more condensed.
it's more condensed, more straight to the point.
This is red dress in binary.
Yeah, buddy.
It's just literally the text red dress.
Yeah, I can see it now though,
Okay, good.
because we're in the Matrix. So now
Cool.
there's a lady in a red dress. So
Okay.
beautiful. Okay, yeah. Thanks, though, guys. I will be bouncing. Actually, some Rohan brought up.
So much for ending. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's
What
going to
are
be ending.
they?
I'm thinking about most likely organising, like obviously it's going to have to be when, like at the moment, the rules have lightened a little bit, but organising like a Q&A with customers and people like who are interested and want to talk about their cars and stuff like that. Because we have got a decent platform that
Yeah, he
people
wasn't
can talk about.
We were talking about this before.
I was the one who
He
mentioned
brought it up.
Was he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that far back. That was like an hour and a half ago.
Yeah, so if people want to talk about
Probably an
their
hour.
cars and what they've done to their car with me and Nathan, and depends if I want to have Rohan here as well or not.
I want to take that night off.
Yeah. Oh, Nathan could take the night off, and yeah, we just talk about your cars and that.
Take a night off.
He's been hitting the shrooms, needs shrooms to understand. Yeah, so
I learned this stuff when I was like 14, so you know, it's
kind of
stuck
like
with me.
what we did with Jason and Michelle, how we threw them under the bus and just asked them a heap of questions.
Yeah.
But
Still got to
make
get
it-
them back.
Yeah, but try to make it a bit more. I warned them a little bit. Like, okay, next week we are going to talk to you about your car and rally stuff. Prepare. Like, I won't tell them what I'm going to talk about, but yeah. So even if like Carl's free one day and wants to jump on
Yeah.
webcam or something like that, and just or join us in Zoom or something.
Figure that out.
Yeah, I just feel like it's something that'd be fun
Yeah.
and people to talk about. And like Rohan said, we're definitely getting Jason and Michelle down because we miss them.
All right. So who's organising this?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'll think about. I don't know when we're going to.
You organise. Yes.
We won't do it this week.
ECUs.
I don't know.
Like, we won't do it this week or next week. We'll do a bit of preparing.
We'll talk.
But like even if we get the Kings of Troll, Lance and who was the other one? Lance and I'm having a mind blank, man. I'm half asleep.
Lincoln.
Lance and his mate.
Yeah. Yeah, even that kind of stuff, like Jason just said, like talk Japan and import.
Yeah, whatever
Like something like
works.
that, how Jason got into it. Like that was something that we didn't even bring up, which was how Jason got into it. We know how you got into it.
Hmm.
But what made Jason want to get into Subarus?
Yep.
Apart from insanity. Yeah. Yeah, so I'm going to call it now, but between me, Rohan, and Theo, we'll
Sort something out.
sort something out, work out when to do it, and
Yeah.
who we want.
Yeah.
Because the main reason is to work out if people can come here on the internet. Yeah, if that's something you'd like, we're going to do it. And we have proof. I haven't actually properly read the message yet.
We
But
can
I'll
do
get a
this one
message
next week.
that someone, yeah, we could do that if Jason wants to come down. Is that what you said?
Not even if he wants to come down, we could just do it next week.
Yeah, we could do that next week if you want, Jason. Message Nathan because I'm terrible. Because Michelle messaged
He
me
never
saying
responds to this.
there's a certain someone who couldn't get out of a certain vehicle.
Yeah.
I watched that video of the pink vehicle driving. That was a good video.
So Brett Chandler says he got into Subarus because he was over Commodores.
Yeah,
Gone the other way.
yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, no, I haven't gone the other way. I just
Turned your Subaru into a
never
Commodore.
bought a Commodore
What do
when
you
I
mean?
had money.
You couldn't afford a
I
car
was picky.
and a half-eaten
You
cheeseburger.
gotta look at my second car. So I bought my first car, which was my Excel, and I wrote off that within a month of owning it.
The money that
And
you
I
just
spent $120 on my second car.
okay, but look, the money you just spent on your Subaru to make it rear-wheel drive, so to turn it into a Commodore because it's now a 6-cylinder rear-wheel drive.
Yeah, but it sounds so much better.
Yeah, no, but the money you could have spent on that, you could have bought 16 Commodores.
Yeah, but I can't justify Commodores.
Poor man's
They don't
Porsche.
count. Yeah, exactly. I'm a poor man Porsche. I'm like Tamra's car. I got the motor in the wrong place. And on that note, see you later, guys.
All right, see ya.
Uh,